Poor trapped souls, dragged to a foreign land, surrounded by the mists. What do you seek here? Knowledge, honor, revenge. You clutch onto steel and faith, but you are far from the sight of your God. Know this. He is the ancient. He is the land. And you are trespassing. We find ourselves around a campfire. We're in the misty forest, and as we're all sitting around the fire, about a 25-foot opening in the forest, each of the trees are clung and shrouded by a white mist. Not unusual in this part of the woods. This forest is called the Misty Forest anyway. As we all sit at the fire, what do we find Dragar doing? It's now nighttime. Let me describe the setting. It's now nighttime. It's pretty cold. You guys all have like your typical armor on and stuff. And what do we find your characters doing?
I guess I'm just scoping out everything else, making sure there's nothing, making sure we're not being observed or something's about to attack us. Just keep a little watchful eye on everything.
What does Dragar look like?
I'm 6'2", 245, 25-year-old barbarian. I'm got a reddish beard, mostly just about here, a little more scruff than I have now. I'm covered head to toe with different types of scars. I'm prominent with slashes from like a bear. I have 3 prominent ones across my eye from my childhood. I am very big and roaring and just,
Are you sitting at the fire?
I'm standing kind of up a little bit, keeping an eye on everything, but it's kind of within close proximity of the fire, kind of similar to how the rest of the group, if they are, would be sitting.
Okay. Next up is Trevor. What do we find you doing around the campfire?
Just chilling, trying to sleep.
Just chill.
You see Trevor sitting pretty close to the fire. His eyes getting heavily as it's about 10:30 at night, almost 11 o'clock. It's getting pretty cold too. You guys walked through the forest for a while and are exhausted. What do you look like, Trevor?
Terrible.
It looks like you.
Does it look like you? Looks just like you. How old are you, Trevor?
Like 15.
Like 15?
You have shorter hair or longer hair? 15 years from now.
Short.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, Delphi, what do we find you doing around the fire?
Just reading the old text, preparing for our journey ahead, practicing the word of the Lord.
Beautiful.
Amen.
And who do you worship?
The morning Lord
Nice.
and his apostle.
And what do you look like?
Just,
Are you a beefy guy?
Hell no, 25-year-old slender man with tattered robes. Got my hood up all the time.
What does your holy symbol look like? Is it a necklace draped around your neck?
Yeah. Can we do my Bible instead?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I like that. Alright. Yeah.
So,
Holy Bible.
on your hip, does it sit on your hip?
Yeah. I got a little stash.
So everybody can see it generally.
You can see it almost gleaming in the campfire.
Yeah.
It's as if,
The divine
It's
presence.
majestic. I like it.
Yeah, and it seems to be reacting to your prayer as well. Just your good thoughts towards the journey.
I like it.
The journey.
Johnny.
Percy, what do we find you doing around the fire?
Sleeping soundly, snoring.
He's passed out. What do you look like, Percy?
I'd say I have black hair, a mustache. It's a very fancy mustache that kind of curls into like a goatee, but it's of unique design. Yeah, and I would say I'm around the same age, you know, in my 20s. But I'd say I'm like, you know, I'm pretty average height, like 6'1", 6'2". Pretty athletically built, like, you know, not slender, not gigantic, right in between.
Yeah.
Good, like, you know.
That's what built, muscular built,
Yeah.
slender,
Best of both.
bulky.
Okay.
And we'll just.
As the night goes on, does anybody keep watch?
I have been.
You have been?
I have been.
So everyone else, eventually Pat goes to sleep.
I've been sleeping mode.
Yeah.
He passed
And-
out before the sun went down.
Dragar, you're still awake and you're keeping, you know, watch. The forest is it's actually a little intimidating. You sit and it's cold. It's October. It's, you know, it's the 10th month. It's the 10th full moon of the year. And it's not quite snowing, but you can see your breath. And around you in this 25-foot-ish little opening that you guys have set up for a campfire, you can't see anything down the path. The mist is getting closer and closer, which is normal in the misty forest. You were warned of that, as a matter of fact, in Daggerford. I need a Constitution saving throw from you as the hours pass to see if you stay awake.
Plus
Plus 5.
14.
After your shift ends about 4 hours later into the night, really the only thing that happens to you is, again, the mist gets closer and closer to where now, like, your guys' little settlement, you can't even see the trees, actually. It's actually about like a 15-foot circle around you. Other than that, yeah, you hear some hoots, hoo, 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 every once in a while. But other than that, not too much. Who do you wake up for the next watch?
You.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll wake him up. The kid's young. He needs to get up.
Alright, what does that look like?
Well then. No, I just start shrugging him a little over there. Hey,
Oh,
Oi.
what?
wake up, Trevor. I mean, I've been up most of the night. It's your turn for watch. Get up.
Okay.
All right, good. Stay awake. You do a couple light little. Stay awake. Stay awake. A little more aggressively because his eyes keep closing. Stay awake.
Hey,
And then I
Trevor.
lay down.
And Dragar immediately goes and lays down. Trevor, it's up to
Good
you.
story.
What you see around the fire is all completely a wall of mist. It's super, super cold. You can see your breath.
I take a stick that's not completely on fire and just like halfway and pull it out of the fire and just use it as a torch.
Are you just staying close to the campfire?
Not really.
Yeah.
I'm like just searching. the
Sort of
mist.
just checking it out. You walk into the mist a little bit, and you can see like the trees that were there. It's just like a fog, and it's like really cold out here. I need to make a con save from you. See if you can stay awake.
What do you do it? Pretending I missed.
Oh. I'm like looking down and like,
I'm
is
role
this
playing
character
this
sleeping?
out of this.
Oh no.
What'd you roll? What's your con save? What's your con save, Trev?
9.
Okay.
I pass out in the mist.
Trevor, about an hour or so into your watch, you actually sit down and you get comfy. You know, you find you plot yourself up on a fallen log, and
But
you
I'm,
just
like,
stare
close to
into the fire.
though.
You just stare into the fire, and eventually, you start dreaming.
No, I don't want to be.
Trevor, what you see is a huge city.
You need all your saves.
You're walking down this city, and you hear a dong, dong, a church bell coming from the church on top of the hill. Then you hear a ah! As something from behind you. As you turn around, you wake up. It's dawn. You look around. You look down at yourself. You're in your underwear. You look around. Everyone passed out is in their underwear. In their shorts.
I'm in my shorts.
What do you do?
I go to the camp. I go to where the campfire was, wake everyone up.
The mist has receded back to the clearing, but the trees are completely different trees that you remember.
I wake
Now
everyone.
they're pine trees. The air is so fresh, unmistakably mountain air fills your lungs. It's so cold. And what do you do, Trevor?
I wake everyone up.
And I look up, and I get.
All you guys look down at yourself, and you're just basically in
And I
some
just
like
get
rugged
mad.
shorts.
I literally
You
lift
definitely were not wearing these shorts whenever you went to bed.
Okay, first things first. What the?
Something happened that night.
I say some very bad words in role playing right now. What the just happened to us? At the top.
Something
Hey.
bad.
Hey,
Your voice
hey,
echoed, to
hey,
us, to us, to us.
Hey,
As you look around, all the trees that you remember stepping on the crunching of the leaves, of the broken branches, the beautiful orange and yellow colors and even red of the forest, you know. Now, before you stands nothing but pine needles, pine trees. And as a matter of fact, the path that you guys were following now goes up. And the freshest cold air, as you guys all get goosebumps, as you are wearing nothing in this cold mountain fresh air.
You were supposed to keep watch. What the heck happened?
Cold, I'd say.
You guys are all breathing. Little puffs of smoke are pulsating with your breath.
Well, that's
I
great.
say we keep traveling up the hill.
First,
You look around, it's daytime, but the mist is like so thick that it looks like it's just like a off gray light. You can't even see the sun, as a matter of fact.
Wait, is there still a campfire?
The campfire's still there.
this is it.
And you like look around, Trevor? Roll a investigation or perception check for me.
I'm going to investigation. Nope. 2.
He says,
You look
"Nope."
around, and the dirt it's actually pretty easy, even though with your bad roll, I guess. We'll
Thank
give
you
you.
for that with you, brother.
The
He's like,
path
"Oh,
is
fuck, no,
all
guys."
rocks and just hardened. So unfortunately, you see 0 footprints or anything.
I'm
There's
not
no
looking for
sign of a
any of
struggle
that.
or anything.
I'm not looking for any of that.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking to see, like, if there's like any buildings around.
You see nothing but forest and the path ahead of you, and nothing but white mist.
Is there anything?
Since I'm like the only one who can see the path, I'm like, everyone follow me.
And I was like, hold up. Is there
I'm trying to figure out
anything
my voice for this.
we can
Yeah,
find
yeah.
close
Yeah.
by that we can use to like a
Right,
large
I-
stick? we can
There's
use as a
trees.
weapon? All right, let's. Should we maybe break some branches off to defend ourselves since we're all butt naked out here?
Yeah,
Indubitably.
we'll all break trees.
So let's walk over to this tree with these very sharp, very strong branches, and all of us try and break a few off for self-defense.
I feel like
Okay,
you'll
so you go ahead and break off a few branches.
What if I get a splinter?
I guess would you rather something rip your head off?
Could be dangerous.
would you rather someone
Could you maybe like break a branch for me?
Yes, I suppose so.
He can handle
Okay,
it.
me and him
Snap,
start.
snap, snap, snap.
Okay, you just gather like 4 or 5 sticks.
To make something of like, let's say, sword or staff length, 2 staff length, 2 sword length, just something
Okay.
to defend ourselves.
Dragar
Steps.
brings back a bunch of sticks for you guys.
I go
Yeah,
after
staff.
like I go after
Here's a
like
staff.
Yes, thank you, Kaiser. The
I
Lord
take like a
praises
sword
you.
one.
You have your book on you.
Oh, good. They didn't take my book.
No.
All right, thank goodness. We still have to have a staff. I mean,
Yeah.
Here you go.
I
The
have,
rest
like,
of you literally wake up in shorts
Yeah.
and absolutely nothing else besides rock hard nipples.
And I'm still,
Because you guys are frozen.
I'm very angry right now.
kinky.
like, my character's so angry, like I'm getting so hot and angry in the cold, like I'm starting to turn red and steam's coming off me. That's how angry I am. It looks like my steam's forming into the mist.
We shall cuddle for heat.
Yes.
no, so like what James, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out for like one big rock and take it so we can all sharpen our sticks to get them sharp enough.
Okay.
I guess and on top of that, yeah.
So you go and sharpen these sticks now. You guys all have shit sticks. I'll say they do like a D4 of damage if you guys do a type of them.
Anyone good at climbing trees? Maybe get an advantage point or something?
I'll climb it.
Maybe
I'll climb it.
youngin.
I'm used.
Go ahead, youngin.
Yeah, let's take a young one.
Okay, you climb up to these trees and you peek out and you get above the mist. It's a huge tree, Trevor. You immediately hear a wolfing howl off in the distance, and the forest seems to almost come to life
Oh no.
with all these animals and stuff. You can see a huge mountain off in the distance, and you think maybe roll a perception check.
Oh no. You're not doing. 12.
You think you see what looks like to be like a big wall, maybe like a gate of some sort. It's like maybe 2 football fields away.
What direction?
You don't know. It's so foggy and stuff. You don't really know what direction, but you just know that it's that way.
It's that way. Okay,
You're up in a tree.
I like get down.
I was like, you're up in a tree.
Okay, you
man.
climb back down.
We are not having a conversation right now.
Everyone, there's a wall that way. Like about 2 football.
He points down the path.
Is there a path?
There's a path. You guys
There's
are
a
like,
path.
you guys were like, there's a
You-
path. You
you
guys are
guys
like
can't
off
even
the
really
path
see it.
on a campfire. The path goes this way.
So we can get back down.
Follow
now.
the path. Follow me.
Seems the safest.
Just like this.
Follow me.
Freaking lose all my shit. I'm still because we're freaking butt ass naked.
He's still breaking branches.
breaking branches.
He's breaking branches as we go.
Breaking branches, kicking boulders, and pissed off.
Okay, as you guys walk,
It's a big
you
deal.
guys feel a little bit of like a tingling and like a jingling in your pocket.
But we don't. Do we have pockets? I thought we were like.
You guys have pockets.
Sure. Okay.
My
What
leg.
is
You
this?
probably don't. It's probably in
What is
your
that? I
underwear.
pull something out. What is this?
Okay, 1 second.
Expect it slower.
Don't even want to reach in my pocket.
Okay,
Scared.
Dragar, I need you to roll a percentage die for me,
Which is my.
which you don't even have.
I don't know. So you take my dice. No.
Wait, what?
Here you go.
What's the
Yes.
Roll
perception?
those two.
A second. Also, you said
2d10.
We give me a beer as well if you go.
Yes, one moment.
60.
Yeah.
60.
You reach
No,
into your
70.
pocket. No, that's a 10 and a 6, so 60. You reach in your pocket and it's a key.
Hey,
Write that down.
I wonder what this is.
It has it looks like it's some sort of like a coffin key. Has like a coffin carved into it.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Trevor, you reach in your pocket?
Yeah.
It's like a heavy ball in your pocket. You reach into it, roll a D100.
D100.
Those
This,
two.
this is a D100?
Both of them.
Yeah, here you go.
97.
Oh goodness.
Did you find the legendary?
Okay. You find a black wooden pipe
Ooh, a pipe.
that creates puffs of smoke that look like skulls.
Oh,
Interesting.
no.
Write it down.
I
It's
don't,
like some sort of like tobacco type pipe.
I don't even want it. I don't want it.
Do you just put it back in your pocket?
I'll take it.
You like
No,
How's it taste?
I give it to him.
you just launch it at him. Okay.
Whoa!
Can I catch it?
It's like has like a skull carved into the back of it,
Okay.
into the bowl. Okay, Delphi, do you look and reach in your pocket?
No.
You feel something dangling in there.
I reach in it.
There we
can't
go. I
reach
like
in it.
this.
You don't know what's in
the
there.
curious kid.
Well,
Yeah.
everyone else has had. Do you has had stuff in their pocket?
Pockets.
Alright.
Yes, I reach into his pocket.
Okay, roll
I
a
like
D100.
No, no.
83.
So I didn't care to know what devil magic was in my
You
pocket.
find a small locked box.
Ooh.
Told you, devil magic.
When you shake it, it jingles as if there's bells in there.
Wait, can I see? I asked him, is the box locked?
Yes.
It doesn't seem to open.
Okay, I asked him, can I see your key?
Don't give him the key.
Yeah, no.
I
Person,
What? Yeah, I checked my pocket.
see a little ding. You feel a little dingly in
Feel a
your,
little dingling.
a little bit of weight in your pocket. Roll a D100.
It's a number.
Little something, something.
74.
74.
Little something.
Oh, snap.
Hmm.
She's barbarian. Right?
You feel what seems to be made out of like metal. You pull it out. It has ears and a snout. It's a wolf's head.
Ooh.
Seems to be. It's small. It looks like a whistle, of some sort.
Wait, I asked him, Percy, can I see that?
I think I'll keep a hold of it.
Can I
Do
see
you
it
blow
just
it?
real fast?
Nope.
Percy, can
You
I
don't
see
blow
it
it?
real fast?
I believe the answer is no.
Percy, can I see it real fast?
I believe I said no.
Okay.
Good friend, I just met I don't even know who's getting a little weird, and I don't feel very safe around now.
Watch out,
Percy,
stick his hands
I
in your
think
pocket.
Calm down,
I
Trevor.
think it might be a dog.
No, you gave away what you wanted. You don't get anything else. That's the way that it
I
works.
don't really even know you, friend. You're a little pushy.
I think we can all agree
Percy, you
on
need to stop being so weak.
Now you're throwing insults. So,
that. Hey,
We'll have to
enough,
throw-
child. We
No,
need
it's
to
not
survive
here.
together.
Noted.
Silence now.
Go to your corner.
Now. Yeah, you just stay here and let the adults do the
Go to your
talking.
corner.
Hey,
You should have picked an older character. That's the price you pay.
no.
Watch out, stick his
Exactly.
hands in your pocket, shoot him. Tell him.
Character.
Snake.
all right, Beatrice.
Dang.
Did he steal it?
Obviously, you guys all of a sudden hear an immense sound of wolves.
We need to get the hell out of here now.
Yeah, and it all sends a shiver down each of your spines.
Oh
go.
god.
Go.
And it
Let's
sounds
go.
like it's coming from behind you.
I'm just following the path
I was
running.
gonna say, that's the only
Let's go.
option.
Go.
Forward.
Let's go. Everybody just
I'm
starts.
starting.
I say, take it. Everybody's trying. Are we dashing?
Yes, I am double.
Oh.
Assuming we can all dash, we're dashing away.
I'm
One second.
We're gonna go with a run.
One second.
Right?
Before I start running, can I do like a perception behind me to see if I can see what the sound is?
Yeah, everyone else takes off. You
Yeah.
look back into the mists.
Yeah.
I already know
perception.
it's wolves, James.
Fuck.
Very nice.
Fuck. Everyone just took off. I know.
Lord be with you. Oh, the
For
Lord is,
perception?
the Lord is not with you.
Yeah, perception.
10.
That's just what you needed.
Oh, thank God.
You definitely see a lot of movement. You don't quite catch details, but you see a lot of shapes, and they seem to be like crisscrossing, and there seems to be about 5 or 6 that you can see.
I start running.
He's catching up. He'll catch up.
Eventually, you guys hear a scream.
But as I start running, I want to cast an illusion of myself running in the other direction in the mist.
Okay, and you see like, what does that look like?
It looks like just like you would see me like all of a sudden just get covered in mist, and you would just see like a version of me running off in that direction while I keep running down the path. And as it runs off this way, I wanted to just shout, "Fucking wow!" Just like screaming loudly as it runs off.
You hear a series of growls and slashes
Yeah.
as you guys take off.
Yeah.
You guys run breathing in just cold air, cold mountain air, running through this forest.
I'm like
Holding our
way
sticks,
ahead.
hauling ass, just carrying our sticks and running.
Eventually, as you guys are running, you get this horrific stench just in your nostrils, all of you at once, and you guys have been running for a good 5-10 minutes at this point. You haven't heard any wolves, so you think you might have outran them.
Is this
Percy,
death? What is
Percy.
this, death?
Yeah,
Percy.
it definitely smells like death.
This is death. Let me get,
As I
Roll a
catch up,
perception check.
as I catch up to the group, I say,
Oh.
"Well,
Just
it
gesture card.
turns out that yeah, there might have been something chasing us. Might have been wolves. I don't know.
I rolled a 4.
Percy, I need to see that whistle.
Can I do
No, you really
I'll
don't.
give it
Can I
back.
do a detect
You're gonna
object
take
for
it
this?
and you're gonna blow it instantly. I
Can I
already
do
know
it?
what you're
I
gonna do.
won't.
Go
Can I-
away from me.
I won't.
Enough.
Yeah, what are you gonna do with it?
Can I do a
I'm
detect
gonna
What are you gonna do with
object
it?
for
I'm
the
gonna see
smell?
if it's a wolf whistle.
Find the
You already
Roll a
fucking
perception.
wolf's head whistle.
Alright, what is that?
Check on your character sheet
You're
and
gonna
roll a
take it.
d20.
Oh.
Add your
And
perception.
You're gonna
This
goddamn
guy?
blow it.
Yep.
Alright.
Don't
and
even
then
fucking act like you're
perception
Jesus Christ.
is- Alright.
So annoying.
So 8 plus 10.
Alright, you're gonna be real quick.
Right. So 8 and then perception is right there. Oh no, plus 5, so 13.
Your perception.
Do I have a minute to top this off?
Your perception. Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah.
No, just take a second.
Perception.
Let's all go get a drink real fast.
Your perception is a +2, so
No, perception is +5. That's persuade or performance.
I'm gonna go get a drink. We'll be right back.
Oh no!
Okay, with your guys' perception checks,
Yeah.
Delphi, Trevor, and Dragar,
Sorry.
the smell is very easy to follow. About 10, 15 feet off of the path, you guys see what looks like to be a dead body laying there, laying in a very unnatural position.
Mangled.
I like search the body.
Okay, you walk up. You walk up, Trevor.
Well, hold on.
Oh snap! Oh snap! I know what it is.
Oh gosh.
I think I do.
Wait, there's a body?
Yeah.
Thanks, mate. Yes, we found a body.
Wait, just now?
It's in an unnatural position.
What is happening?
Trevor immediately starts searching this body.
Gross. Go for it. I'm
This
Go,
body
child.
smells so
I'm
bad.
like, maybe
Trevor.
you should be careful. You don't know
It's
what
wrong.
happened to it.
It stinks so bad. As you're touching it, it's like slimy. You're like just searching this dead guy's body.
Gross.
He has nothing on him besides ripped clothing and a crumpled letter.
Oh snap!
Can you read, my child?
Yes, I can. I don't know where to set this.
Good, 'cause
Come here now.
So he pulls out a piece of paper, unfurls it, and he's looking at it very questioningly.
It's cursive here.
It's as if he almost can't even read it.
Is it a different language? Oh,
allow me to read it.
All of you guys hear a chilling sound of wolves not that far away.
What is that noise?
I don't know. I don't like it.
Let's keep
My
traveling.
priestly boy, maybe read the letter for the young boy.
Let me see.
Let's keep traveling.
Let me
Can we
see.
read the note?
No.
Yes, this may be important information.
No.
Well,
Can I like rip the letter out of this dude's hand?
Yeah. Yep. You walk up. He resists you, but you rip the
I
letter
put him
out
in
of
a full
his...
Nelson and he
Oh,
grabs
I like
it.
this.
I put him in a full Nelson and he grabs it.
Alright.
You're getting us in danger.
Delphi, you rip out this letter from this boy's hand.
After
I
I
yank
do
it
this,
back.
Trevor, come on.
We're hell.
we gotta read the letter for the game.
Alright.
For the game.
please.
Hail to thee of might and valor. I, a lowly servant of Borvia, and send honor.
Barovia.
Oh, what did you just say?
Barovia.
This is a new place to me. we plead for thy so desperately needed assistance. My adopted daughter, Ophelia, has been afflicted by an evil so deadly that even the good people of our village cannot
No.
protect her. I would beg to have her saved from this menace. There is much wealth in this community. I offer that might be had to thee and thy followers if thou shalt but answer my desperate plea. I simply beg for her to be taken to Castle Ravenloft, the crown of Borovia.
James, you
This is
do
the
not.
safest place in all the land from these evil forces cut to abduct her. Oh, outside. I've begged her and pleaded with all, but no avail. She is strong but stubborn woman. Come quickly, her time is at hand. All that I have shall be thine. From... How do you pronounce her name? From Kalian. Burgomaster of Borovia. These are new lands to me. I
This
have not been voiced.
script seems to be
Kolian
written...
Ivanovich.
This script seems to be written in a very old and ancient handwriting that you guys have almost not even seen before, and it's hard to read.
What is
That
this?
is very hard to read.
Yeah, let me see the text.
Do not smash it.
I'm not gonna. Hey, I put him in a hole so you can get the paper.
Touche.
Thank you very much.
The cold mist
Nonsense.
nips
I can't
at the
read.
back of your guys' ears, at the back of your neck.
can
It's
read,
pretty
but it's-
cold in this forest.
Tricky.
Shall we start the fire?
Yes,
we
but
have
keep the
fire?
note. Don't burn the note.
Yes,
you must
back
keep that.
this, good
It's very
sir.
important information. Put
Alright.
it in your little underwear pockets.
I'm not reading that from now on.
But other than that, that's just a gross, slimy, dead body. On your perception check, I would say that you had a pretty good roll, Trevor. That you could probably guess it's no more than 2 days old.
Fresh.
James, and he also knows who Ophelia is too.
No, you
It's a
don't.
guy.
No, you don't.
We're
Nope,
not
I promise you.
future
Guile and Ophelia don't even know each other yet. So you don't. Okay. So you guys stand up. The smell of this horrific body
About to make her
fills your nose. And right about there, you hear a very muffled scream. Trevor, will you scream for me?
Quite enough.
Oh my goodness, that lady must
Almost
be in trouble.
further
We
down
must
the
save
path.
her.
Is it wise?
Somebody must be in trouble. We should investigate this. Get away from the
He
wolves.
runs up.
Do you guys walk away or what?
What?
What do you guys do?
Are we going towards the scream?
Oh
I
yeah.
think we're
Yeah.
investigating it.
Yeah, we're investigating. That's what I just said.
Okay, as you guys walk off, Strahd, roll for me.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, get a good roll. Okay, beautiful. Okay, as you guys continue walking for about 10 to 15 minutes, after about 10 to 15 minutes of walking through down this path in this cold forest, the mist does recede a little bit, so now you can see about maybe 45, 50 feet, and the forest stops. You guys exit the forest.
Very nice.
You guys are like in like a grassland, what you can see. Again, the daylight, you can definitely see, but you definitely don't even see a sun anywhere.
all shades
But it's all
black.
like a dull gray lit up. You know, you've seen a super cloudy day. You know what I'm talking about?
It's morning, but it's a gray morning.
Exactly.
Or gray afternoon, depending on how long our asses have been
The
running.
crows are crying for death.
As you guys continue down the path, you can hear off to your left, but can't see it because of the mist. A distant river.
Water. Should set up a camp. Rest.
Okay.
Proper
As you guys
rest.
continue,
Guard. I'm gonna wake up one of you this time because somebody can't stay awake.
Don't wake up me. I'm dreaming of the Lord.
Dream of the Lord. About a dream.
Delphi, you have the highest passive. And here you hear a bunch of wolves
Oh
in the
gosh.
distance.
God damn it.
Ugh.
The Lord shall protect thee.
As you're sort of looking around just for these wolves,
As I get scared, I pull out my whistle and blow it.
Oh!
you blow the
Maybe
whistle.
this will help!
What?
I like this.
I'm like,
Immediately the howls stop.
Oh, it was a wolf whistle.
Oh.
but that could have easily
As you
backfired,
guys-
too.
Are sitting, sort of standing there.
With my stick in hand
It's
ready.
so quiet.
I'm like this, just.
A stick snaps 30 feet to your left. Another 30 feet to your right. All of a sudden, you guys immediately, all around you, surrounding you, are yellow lights that just blink on almost. Just 40 eyes
Oh god.
staring at you, creating a circular
Oh, I know.
half circle around you.
Oh, I know what this is.
And you can start to see puffs of smoke. And it's so quiet.
Well, that might have been bad.
No shit.
I think you made a wrong move.
I'm gonna kill you.
I blow the whistle again.
Percy!
Yeah.
One by one, the eyes blink out.
Oh, snap.
A single wolf emerges from the clearing.
Uh-huh.
No sound.
Wolf pack.
He sits down. And now that you see him, this wolf is huge. Probably as big as a horse.
Oh, God.
Pure black wolf. Just breathing. And then he stands back up
This is your
and
fault.
trots away.
This is all your fault, Percy.
You guys now get the feeling that they left.
I hate all of you so fucking.
Well,
It's
it
your
worked,
fault.
didn't it? They're gone, right?
Cursed us.
So,
No, there's a question. Did anybody their diaper? I didn't.
With the highest passive perception is going to be Delphi. You, as you're sort of like, you just like, after that super tense moment,
Relief.
you turn around and you can see what looks to be like a huge stone carved wall is what you see.
You guys see that?
You guys all look and you see a huge, maybe 120, 130 foot tall wall and a gate. The path leads to a gate.
That's
Glorious.
I gently.
On either
Walk
side
up
of
to
this
the-
gate, dude, this gate's like 2 football fields away from you guys.
Alright.
On either side of these gates are 2 giant statues of armor standing guard. Both of their heads you cannot see. This gate is huge and currently shut.
Perhaps just find a way to open it.
How about we just
It's
walk
like
up to it?
pretty far away.
Is
still.
it? Oh, are we, okay. So are we? We're still walking
So
towards it, right?
we should go closer.
Sorry, you don't hear howls.
I was about to say, God damn it.
PTSD.
Yeah. You get a shiver down your spine of just how many wolves are probably around you at this very moment, Delphi.
And I'm
You
just
feel
saying-
very out of place. And as a matter of fact, you touch your Bible or your book. You always feel a divine connection, but you don't. It feels just like a cold weight at your side.
It's God.
Bad.
It's a
You-
forsaken place.
You have a very cold and
Empty
scary,
feeling.
empty feeling in the gut of your person.
Despair.
As you guys look at these gates,
Oh snap!
they open.
That's not ominous
Oh.
at all.
That's welcoming.
Yes.
Hey, shut up.
And
Perhaps
I'm
someone's
just still
here
on
after
guard
all.
because I'm.
As you guys approach this huge wall,
I asked, do you have any more staffs?
you get the feeling of being watched, but nothing. You just feel on display right here. As you guys approach, you can see the 2 heads of the statue heads on the ground. Must have been knocked off ages ago.
Rebellion.
There's growth on all of the wall, damage at the tops. All the flags
Wait.
have been torn down.
James,
This looks like a very ancient wall.
James, can I like pick up one of the flag pieces and like try to find the symbol of the flag?
You find a huge raven.
And my character.
You put it down. What do you guys do?
Yeah, I say we go
Unless
in.
you want to keep it. Do you want to keep that flag?
Yes.
Okay, you roll it up. You put it in your little shorts pocket.
Just write it down. Fine.
So the door's
Write it
open
flat.
now.
Write it
right?
down.
The gate is open.
We go in.
Wait, right
I go in.
there.
I go in cautiously because I
We
don't
should-
trust anything right
Right
now.
there.
We shouldn't bear man.
As you guys walk
on
through this
anywhere.
ginormous
Right on the
gate,
back.
Yeah, flip it over.
you can put it in your equipment too.
Yeah.
Just write it down somewhere, Joe. Just so you remember.
I'm
that
just
you
writing
have
it down on the back.
Perfect. As you guys walk through this huge gate, it shuts behind you
We fuck now.
with a clang clang.
This
Trapped.
On the
Little
other
bit.
side, you can see a lot of mist.
Great.
There's still pine trees everywhere, but it's not as dense as it was in the forest. You can also get the very fresh scent of mountain air still in your lungs.
Just doesn't smell like death.
And again, you hear a
Oh, that poor girl. You hear it? There she is again. We must find her.
further
We're
down the
getting
path.
closer.
She could be singing.
Maybe.
Do you guys continue on?
Whoa, yes.
What else can we do?
Yeah.
The door's
Okay.
shut.
Yeah, can
Yeah?
we?
Yeah, we continue on.
Is there anything to
cautiously.
You guys
search
keep
for?
walking, and I need a perception check from all of you.
Oh no.
As you guys are sort of walking, and as you walk, the mist sort of reveals what you guys are seeing. You know what I
16.
mean?
Say
Does
perception.
anybody get lower than a 10?
Oh, no.
I got exactly a 10.
Got 6.
Good job, buddy.
Okay, all of you guys can hear what sounds like weeping.
Oh, it's not. She's not singing.
It's okay, Thorn. It's okay. Further down the path, as you guys walk, you see just looks like a black shape in the mist.
Hold on.
And you can hear it. It's okay, Thorn. It's okay.
I use Mage Hand to tap her on the shoulder.
Oh.
You reach your mage hand. What's the range on it? Like 30 feet?
Yeah.
Doesn't go that far. It's
I asked-
it's like maybe 80 feet away in the mist.
I asked him super quiet. Do that light spell that you have?
I do have lights.
How would you even know that?
I don't do it.
Stop metagaming, little one.
Yeah, Trev, you wouldn't know any of his spells, okay?
Yeah, you don't know what.
Doesn't even work that far
It's
anyway.
mist.
Yeah, I say it's dark. It would just.
All
create
basically
more.
you see are like
It would create
shapes.
more.
You okay, lady?
Yeah, we should approach her.
I'm
Hello?
shouting from the distance.
You shout.
You okay, lady?
I'll approach. She might need help.
Mom?
No.
No answer.
Yes, your mother. Right here, sweetie. Your mother.
It's time for dinner.
Your late dinner.
Get no response.
Oh no, nope.
I'm really disappointed.
See, that's why I
You
approach
still
her.
see the two shapes.
That's why I approach her. I ask
They've
if she
sort
needs-
of separated at this point. You can see two shapes.
I
A
guess
taller
we're-
one and like a shorter one.
I'm cautiously going with him a little bit, just to.
Yeah,
because-
I'm.
The shapes form into one again.
At which
Hold on,
point
hold
I
on.
run behind him.
I run behind him, which is behind him.
Which is
But we keep proceeding
I
slowly.
never left from where I was.
Yeah, you're still back there
I don't know
yelling.
how I
Okay, you
feel
guys
about
are like
this lady.
Scooby doing it.
Yes, yeah.
You guys are
I
like
was back
lined
there
up.
like,
Each of you
nah.
have like a head view to where you can see and you creep forward.
I'm like, nah.
The mist
I
reveals
stay
and
80 feet back.
it looks like two children holding each other, sobbing very intensely.
Now I cast light so that we can see what these shadowy figures are.
Bling! About 25 feet,
Oh, God.
you can see very clearly. They wince at it, and the little one throws his like stuffed bear and they'll squeak squeak on the ground. Who is it?
I grabbed the bear.
You pick up the bear.
Oh, ninja.
What you see in front of you is a girl. The taller figure was a girl. She is maybe 10 years old. She has long dark hair, combed straight, and she's holding her little brother, who is about 5 or 6 years
My
old.
experience teaches me to stay away from random kids. I'm just
And-
back here, guys.
Silent
He
approval.
they're both bawling their eyes out. He also has black hair.
Okay, can I roll?
I put my
Lord
hand on
demands
their
that we
shoulder.
help
You
these
just
poor
walk up to these
children.
children and
I'm not walking up. I'm keeping
My
my
bits, I'm
distance.
scared
by
of
one.
everything.
Investigate.
so perception.
Perceptions.
They roll
We're
a
gonna lose
perception
you to
check.
fall.
I'm scared of kids. I'm scared of everything.
16. What's my perception, Jim? I always get this far. Isn't it my?
What's your perception?
What's he rolling
It's
for?
not changed.
It's in your skill. It says perception.
What's the barbarian doing here?
It's in alphabetical.
Is he threatening these poor children? Oh lordy.
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Why is Jake threatening children?
We should keep them safe.
I'm not threatening. I'm perceptive. I want to. And I rolled a 1.
The little boy
19.
walks up to you and sort of takes the bear from you, and he looks terrified.
Yeah, guys, I keep trying
I'm just trying to see if there's something
Shut
wrong about these
it!
kids.
One second. After running up and shushing the boy, the girl turns to you and says, "There's a monster in our house!"
I told you!
She then points to a tall brick house.
I'm not going
What does the
Y'all
monster?
on your own.
We're not
You
on.
have to do good
Where's your
things.
I
mother?
don't, actually.
We can take you and get
Turns
leave
out.
this place. That's all we can do.
There are some
I can
small
say we're
not
flying
on.
birds
James,
in the
I
dark.
asked him one
Come save kids
question.
now.
James, I asked
One
him.
Where
second.
you going
Its
now?
windows are lit up, what seems to be from fire. Not like it's like on fire, just from
Right.
like a
Candlelight.
Like an ominous goddamn.
no. It looks like people live there.
Like a chandelier.
The rusty
Lit.
gate is open, and what reads on the mailbox is Durst Manor. There is a building on the left, which looks to be some dilapidated stables. It looks old, but like they used to have stables. Like they used to probably have horses, but it's just been sort of weathered with time and not really taken care
Oh, we
of.
can at least get stuff from the house.
Yeah, let's do that.
The girl says, "There's a monster. Please, my brother's in the top room.
So when you say, oh, I'm not even
No,
here.
how old is your brother?
Is this child's
He's a
home?
baby.
A baby?
Yes, it's.
No.
My name's Rose.
Rose.
You should ask her what kind of monster it is.
Rose.
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Do you live here?
Does it?
Yes, this
Does
is my
it-
house."
Does it look like?
parents.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, maybe
Is it
ask
like
her
the-
where her parents are.
Thorn sort of walks up. My parents are in the basement.
Yeah, that seems kind of sketch.
They ran into the basement.
They just left you
Hey.
guys?
We ran outside.
Yeah.
Hey,
Percy,
hey.
that's
I
enough.
don't know.
Kids.
You see Percy like,
Rose.
Percy, what should we do
Rose,
for other
Rose.
equipment?
I'm Rose.
Still away. You gotta
Rose.
shut
These
This is my little brother Thorn.
I'm staying away from these
Rose
kids.
Thorn.
My brother Walter's on the 3rd floor still.
It's a wall.
Ro-
these children require
Okay,
help.
we're gonna get your brother. Okay, I just need you to tell me.
There's a monster in my house. I just need help.
Is the monster upstairs or
Okay.
downstairs?
It's in the basement, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna go upstairs.
Okay,
Alright, you get
I
his
Please
just,
brother.
go upstairs. Get
He
my
goes-
baby.
he goes
Get my
against
get my
wide.
brother. Actually.
Okay.
I take a wide circuit around the kids
Wait.
and I start scaling up the side of the house.
Well, one second.
And we work our way
You
towards the
start like
first
sort of
floor of the
creeping away
house.
from
Gotta
them.
keep on guard.
first.
We have to
I
get
just
to
go
the
up
front
the
door.
stairs.
Ooh, I wanna go around
No.
the
I'll
back.
follow right behind
Alright,
you.
I like
The
this.
girl
Look
grabs
at the
your
back.
arm and is like
We'll
scared
approach
of
the
you.
front.
Yeah.
Thorn grabs onto her and they're like behind you, like peeking behind you.
I don't trust
So-
these kids. Though, so
I
I don't trust these kids,
Yeah.
He's
Jason.
got him by the nap of the fucking shirt.
Okay,
Like,
and
alright,
they're
children.
literally trembling with fear.
Yeah.
I'm holding them back, but I'm not. I'm still
I
on
don't
guard.
trust him, Jake says.
Because I don't
I'm
trust
gonna let the
James,
group.
I'm literally walking like this.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
basically.
He walks the same way every time.
Get over here. Why are you way over there?
What's he doing? He doesn't know what he's doing.
Pause for effect.
Okay, so what was I saying? So my character's gonna let the group go towards the front. I'm gonna circle around.
Well, do you guys leave?
No,
Well, we have
I'm
to-
not
we're
married
around
to a
here.
brother.
We're gonna approach the front door.
All right, we're gonna
Do
go.
we see the house or no?
Yeah, this is what you guys see.
I'm
Yeah.
already climbing
There's
up
like
the
actually a little bit of a
stairs.
porch too. I'm picturing like a wooden plank.
I get it.
As you
Like
guys
a
walk,
wraparound.
They're going
as
up to
not
the
a
front.
wraparound, it's just like a big square right in front of
Okay.
the front door is what I'm picturing.
Crazy cowardly dog.
As you guys like walk up, yeah, perfect.
Alright.
As you guys walk up, you step on the wood which creaks.
Thanks for being so loud.
What do you do?
Me? Like I said, I took a.
He's going
I took
around
a wide
back.
circuit around the kids.
He left
I'm
us.
going around the back.
Okay, you walk around the back and you see another small building. Looks to be like some sort of shed or something.
Oh, good. Alright,
What do you do?
check out the shed.
You open the shed.
No, I do not just open this.
You get up close to
Slow
the shed.
down, slow down, my friend.
Get up
I
close to the
try
shed.
and mage hand open the door.
It opens with a squeak.
Yeah. Is anything in there?
You see a wheelbarrow.
Is that it?
You peer in. It's a pretty small little shed.
Is there any
It's got
kind
some
of-
shovels.
Any
Guard shed.
shovels?
Guard shed.
I could take a shovel.
You pick up the shovel.
Yeah, is there any kind of like clothing, like gardener's clothing or anything?
Nothing. You see some rubber gloves.
I'll
You
take
see
them.
some guarding gloves.
Taking them.
Okay, you grab the gloves and a shovel. Write
That's
that
all,
down.
is that only a shovel or is there like anything else?
There's like 3 shovels.
Okay, are they all like big ones or is there
Yeah,
like
they're like
hand shovels?
straight up shovels.
They're
Okay, all
required.
big shovels?
Yeah.
There's no
They're
other
not a
variety of
spade.
tools
They're,
in this
they're a
shed.
full-on shovel, not a spade.
You also roll a perception check.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, there's no other
Actually,
tools in
are
this
you
shed.
searching or are you like searching?
It doesn't matter. either way.
Glancing or like tearing shit apart?
Yeah, I'm searching.
Okay, roll.
Ooh.
2.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, you find nothing else besides bags of soil and pots.
Okay.
That could be.
What do you do?
What do I do?
Do you run back?
I take some shovels.
I was about to
And
say, are
some
you taking the
gloves.
shovel?
I take all 3 shovels.
There were 3 shovels.
Yeah,
Are you gonna give one
Perfect.
to us?
and the gloves.
They have like they're white with like pink flowers
Shut up,
on
they're just
them.
gloves.
The old
This is
Kmart
old
one.
timey. They're gloves. You cunt.
They still have
Covering
claws.
my hands.
We're in the middle. Yeah, we're in the mid-century right now.
No, they're totally like grandma's.
Design,
Nothing else
design
in the shed.
existed.
Okay.
That you see.
Okay. I'm like.
Do you run back? 1 second. Do you run back?
He's on his own path
At the
right
front?
now.
What do you do? Yeah.
I want to check out the back door. Is there a back door?
There's not a back door. You see a series of windows.
You're puzzled.
So how many stories? Is this many stories?
Yes.
Oh. Is there a downspout maybe?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, of course. On the corner, on the other side. Coming off like the side of the house.
I'm gonna climb it.
Start climbing up this spout. Roll athletics.
Acrobatics?
Athletics.
Okay.
As you guys
That one you
creak
scribbled out.
up to this house, the door's shut. You come to a door. It has a metal
10.
doorknob. You succeed.
Just
Can
quick.
the kid open
We'll
this?
get back to you.
Okay.
What do you guys do?
Can the child open
I
the door?
enter the
These
house.
wolves, dude.
James, I
Wolves
enter
are
the
there.
house
You guys don't hear the wolves.
and I like walk up the stairs,
You just enter
gently
the
like
house?
holding the kids.
You just
Yeah,
enter
kid
the house.
first.
He's in-
Okay.
Kids first.
You immediately reach for the handle. It's cold to the touch. You open it, and it swings open. In front of you looks to be like some sort of like mud room. You know what I mean? Like where people like put their shoes and stuff. And it reveals like what looks to be like some sort of living room after that. That's what you
Okay,
see.
Where do I see this?
There's lights. There's a fire that you can see that's on, or lit, and you also get the very faint smell of food.
I like go up the stairs.
Do you creep in? Okay, do you guys all follow him?
Yes.
But as I'm
The
looking,
children are still hanging on to you.
as I'm looking cautiously around, I'm trying to look for anything other than the stick as a weapon.
You
We already
still have a
have-
stick.
We already have them. That are like short hair.
Yeah, it's a D4. I'm looking for anything better than a stick.
Okay,
What's a
so you guys all walk in? You see
You
nothing.
You still have all three of them.
You see
We haven't
nothing.
met you
Oh,
I'm
yet.
like cautiously just walking through and keeping my guard.
Okay, you walk in,
Rocking it.
and again, you're in the mud room.
I'm like climbing the stairs.
There's no stairs.
Yeah, you don't know
I
what
see
the room
stairs.
was like. Yeah, but that's not.
Nice to get up
That was to get into the house.
stairs.
So we're like over here.
Okay, no.
sorry.
Yep. So I'm gonna place your minis.
Close.
That's pretty close.
You guys are in a what
I'm, like,
looks
in the
like to
living
be.
room.
And how are you guys placed too? By the
I'm in the
way,
back.
I guess I'm in the front a little bit.
you two are in the front, and you're behind them.
Back.
The children are hanging on to
Joel,
you.
I need you to watch the children for me behind. Make sure they aren't about to rip my.
As you guys
arm off.
walk in,
Glorious.
as you guys walk in,
These children will
Please, holy man.
Kill in the name of thy Lord.
okay, as you guys walk in,
It must.
the smell of the warmth, first off, from the fire, and the smell of freshly cooked chicken fills your nose as we cut to Percy. Percy, you have 3 shovels in your arm.
No.
You're climbing up.
Yes, I do.
You're climbing
I was
up
like,
this.
no, I got it on
You're
back.
getting it. You're getting it to a point to where now you're like at a part where you have to get on top part to like a
Ledge.
ledge.
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay, so now what do? You throw the shovels up there. They clang, 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 clang. There's like a little bit of a platform there. You pull yourself up.
Yeah.
Now you're like on like a semi roof. You're like on like the top part of a certain part of the house.
Like
There's
elevator
2
shaft.
windows in front of you.
Kind of look inside one.
Off to the side, it just drops. It's like almost like an add-on to the house.
Yeah. Oh, look inside one.
You walk up to the window. You're on the 2nd floor. You see this. You're in
bathroom?
you're in oh shit, I've had it flipped. Pretend there's 2 windows here.
Kick it.
You're looking in one of these windows. You see what looks like to be like a library. Like you see a lot of books, and you see it's so clean too.
Can I just
And
check the window?
yeah, and you're just peeking in.
Can I see if it opens?
You try the window. It slides open.
Word up. Just opens.
And we cut to you guys. As you guys
It's all
walk
about the
in,
shovels.
Solid.
I
So they're like a
I
1d6.
like go
There's a
through.
Better than a 1d4.
as you guys walk in,
Should've been better than my ass.
on the side of you, you guys see a bunch of coats hung on hangers. And on the left side, you see what looks like to be portraits.
I grabbed 2 of the coats for the children.
Nice. And you like put them on. You actually see sizes perfectly that they're definitely it's their coats. And as a matter of fact, as you like hand it to them, they instinctively grab it as if it's like definitely their coats. They put it on and they're just like standard coats. There's about 5 to 6 more jackets hanging from.
Are they like our size?
Yes. And it's whatever color you want it to be or whatever.
Some children are
I
missing.
have this super sick like black one with
Nice.
this like golden.
You just see
X.
Trevor just slip on a coat and like do one of these.
Whoa, this fits really
I
good.
grabbed this wolf skin jacket and I just.
He's all
put it on my
stretching it
shoulder.
out.
You grab,
James,
you grab like it's a very furish,
James.
and it's just a jacket, and
James.
you slip it on.
But it's like got this X with an eye in the
He's
center of
getting
the
carried
X.
Perfect.
Alright.
Do you grab a jacket? Right now, let me remind you, you
Yes,
don't have
I
a
need
shirt
a
on.
jacket.
You
yes.
put it on, and what does it look like?
It's just a small little parka.
It's just a
For-
standard.
For around the edges, just to keep you warm. Just
You
enough to
put it on,
cuddle.
you immediately. It's cold at first, you know the
Cold.
cold feeling,
Yeah.
but then you like slowly
welcomes
start to
you.
warm up. Oh, it feels so
welcomes you.
good. You guys' hands are numb at this point.
Can I stick
You
my
like
hand
sort of
in?
rub your fingers together, and
Oh,
it's.
I'm gonna do it in the library.
Oh, you are. I'm not asking the child.
Using my furry jacket to warm my fingers.
The
Should
sound
I?
of clinking of glasses and laughter. Like it sounds like somebody might be having dinner in the other room. You hear.
Are your parents home? Wait, they're in the basement.
You turn around and the children are gone.
That's even worse. This is your fault, child.
Who wasn't keeping
You're like,
an eye
wait,
on the
aren't the
children?
kids? Aren't they in the basement? And they're gone.
I thought they were grabbing my arm though.
They're gone.
They were, but they still vanished.
We all go back to back instinctively, all three of us.
I'm glad I didn't trust those goddamn children.
Do we go?
I didn't either. I was like, I knew something.
What do you
I
guys
was
do?
playing with them.
Should we investigate
You're gonna
the room
regret
with
that.
people in it?
Yeah.
You
Sneakily,
guys, so
like,
there's a
creep
door
around the
shut.
corner.
Right. Actually, this door's open. So
Which-
go ahead and all just move your guys' minis, says Trev. You guys walk in. This is a fireplace.
Okay, yeah.
Onto your left. It's
I like
so
that.
warm and it feels so good. Off to your right, you can see what seems to be like a closed door, a staircase leading up, another closed door. You can see a hallway back here, but you can't see any doors. And then you also see a door. This door is wide open. You can see right into it. You can see tables and chairs, and what looks like to be they're actually empty. But you can see food on the table.
We're in a house of
I-
devils.
I
I
want
say
to
out loud,
stairs.
we're in a house of devils and trickery.
I feel like we should sneak up to that door.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm going up the
Go
stairs.
ahead and move your mini, Clayton.
All right.
I'm going up the stairs.
So I'm gonna sneak up to this corner here.
Give me your mini.
I'm on the second floor.
No, you're not. You're
I
right
wanna
here.
up the stairs.
You're gonna start going up the
You
stairs.
gotta watch my back.
Because of course you
I'll
guys.
watch your back.
Where do you
got
move?
the Andrew.
I stay in between both of them to keep an eye on.
You guys
He's got the room.
creep-
Don't go out too far, Trevor.
You guys creep in, and you can see what looks like. Oh, you walk
I said
in. The
Trevor.
laughter stops, and you guys peek in, and there's candles on the table, and the table is completely set with food, and it smells delicious.
I'm
But
not
there's
hungry.
nobody there.
No one's home, but we got
Trevor, you step on the first step, and it creaks with a. You hear what sounds like footsteps up on the next floor. You look, and you don't really see anything because you can't really see up there.
Yes, I keep going.
And that's when we cut to Percy.
I'm going up.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, Percy,
The priest is downstairs.
you pop through, and there's a desk to your left.
Yeah, we'll investigate.
There's like, you look at the desk, and it's weird. There's like a paper that is almost begging you to grab it. It almost looks like it's on display.
Mage hand grab.
Yeah.
So nothing.
Is this
Sorry, it's a bit of a long one.
And you don't know I'm up upstairs. So don't be in a hurry.
No,
Upstairs.
none of you guys do.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have no idea where he is.
All right, continue.
We don't even know he's
Durst
gone.
Manor. When darkness consumed all Barovia and the inhabitants of Durst Manor, Mr. Durst became depressed and sullen. Mrs. Durst became bitter and obsessed with retaining her youth. Mr. Durst, searching for the light that had left his life, had an affair with
Margaret.
Margaret, the nursemaid. The affair ended with the Margaret becoming pregnant.
Who?
Mrs. Durst turned to Castle Ravenloft's library. There she discovered tomes of demonic magic. This is very long. She returned home, started studying and reading the tomes, started a cult, worshipping the Lord of Barovia, a vampire by the name of Count Strahd von
Zarovich.
Zarovich. Mr. and Mrs. Durst, along with Margaret, began to abduct passerbys, neighbors, and even animals. On a weekly basis, the cultists would sacrifice them on the stone altar in the basement.
Nice.
These dark deeds were only ever responded with silence after each sacrifice. During these deeds, Margaret, the nursemaid, would lock the children, Rose and Throne, in their bedrooms in the attic until the cult rituals were finished and cleaned up. Eventually, the bastard son
of Mr. Durst and Margaret was born. They named him.
and baby Walter. After figuring out that she had been lied to, cheated on, and had been having knowingly with the secret of the affair and the unborn child for months, Mrs. Durst snapped. One night, Mrs. Durst locked her two children in their room while they were sleeping and snuck into the nursemaid's suite and murdered Margaret with a knife in her sleep. She took baby Walter into the basement. She placed the innocent child on the altar, whispering an unholy prayer into darkness, and sacrificed the child. This time her prayers were heard. Count Strahd sensed the vile act committed by Mrs. Durst and listened to her prayer. Amused by her desperation and wickedness, he granted her with what she desired, eternal youth. He turned Mrs. Durst and all those who died at Durst Manor into spirits, never more able to age. Mrs. Durst found this mess the next morning and was so distraught that she hung herself in the master bedroom. With no one left to free the children, Rose and Thorn sadly perished a few days later due to lack of food and water. Through the violence of his death, young Walter's spirit did not go to eternal rest. His soul instead was bound in the remains of all the sacrifices made in the basement of Durst Manor. It is said to this day, Strahd's evil still loomed over the house, and even now screams can be heard daily from the trapped spirits of Mr. and Mrs. Durst, Margaret, and the three dead children. I was barely able to escape this death house. I only hope, dear reader, that you do as well. Dr. RVR.
and we cut.
And you guys don't know any of that
No,
shit.
God.
Yeah, we don't know nothing.
That's just a fun fact.
Unless you were just yelling it
You can
down
keep
the
it.
stairs.
Strangers, man, is one that is fraught with peril and sadness.
The death and sacrifice.
Woe be to the one that enters this dreaded place.
As you guys walk in,
James, can you like say that I'm like up
Shh, I'll get to you.
on top?
Sorry, I didn't mean to shush you like that. That was rude. As you guys walk into the room, what do you guys do? The kitchen, the table, and all that.
So we're in the dining room now.
Yeah.
I sit down, take a bite of food.
You know nothing.
Okay. You
I'm-
pick up
I'm fathomed.
a drumstick. You're
Yes.
starving.
Yes.
Make
Seriously
a wisdom
now?
save for me.
Well, you know. He doesn't know. He's a hungry guy.
I'm hungry.
When
It
children
looks so
disappear in
good,
the
Clan.
house, I'm not gonna eat.
Salt and everything.
Wisdom saves. Then you can add.
It's up here in the smaller box.
Oh, 5. So 18.
Beautiful. You pick it up and it's slimy, and then you look at it, and all the candles go out.
Great. No,
You're
that's
holding
good.
a soggy, disgusting piece of rotten food. You're about to take a bite, and you're like, and you almost vomit in your mouth as this
What is this?
horrible stench fills your guys' both nose.
What is this?
All the table is rotten. There is zero light in this entire house now, even for you.
Right.
All of the lights went out.
This is a devilish place.
This is a.
You throw the food on the floor.
Can I do detect magic?
You detect magic.
Yeah.
Zero magic here.
Fuck.
It's very wicked.
Alright!
You get a cold shiver down your spine.
I
We
call
already
it,
did
I
that.
call it a little bit.
What already happened?
I just charged downstairs.
He's out of
So if
here.
you make it about halfway, and all the lights go out.
Oh shit, it's like falls. Wait, dude, deck save.
Trips.
Deck save. If he's running upstairs.
As you're running up the stairs, your feet catches the stairs. Roll a dex save for me.
Natural one.
Oh!
It's gonna hurt.
You trip, smash your face, and just darkness erupts you. You guys hear, and you hear, and then a.
The hell? Get up.
Trevor. No.
Trevor, you are unconscious.
Oh shit.
You wake up a few moments later. Oh, it feels like you got hit in the head so hard, and your face first at the bottom of the stairs. Your legs are still on the stairs.
And we're still
You
calling.
sort of like get up, and that's when you look up and you see them sort of like backing out of the kitchen.
Yeah.
What do you guys all do? Trevor, you stand
Stay
up.
together.
This door right here opens,
Nope.
and it's a closet.
He's like, nope.
And this closet has a bunch of clothes in it.
Wait.
Other than that, you see nothing.
I'm good.
I had the child
Okay,
ransack the
I
closet.
look at like all the
See.
clothes.
See.
You better poke
Seems
it with,
to
do
be-
you do it by hand or you
It
use your
seems to
stick
be like
poke it?
all
I'm
different
not
kinds of
sticking.
clothes, dude. You see shirts, you see pants, you see shoes, you
Child,
see
find me a pair
sandals.
of boots.
Grab me
Different
some
cultures, different sizes. This
Look at
closet is
this.
filled to the brim.
I have a
with
feeling
clothes.
this family's been collecting a lot of different clothes from a lot of different people for years.
Yeah, people.
It doesn't take up any.
Wait, I
for us
like
to
search
figure
all
it
the
All of a sudden, you hear
clothes
behind
boxes.
you. As you guys all turn, this door opens. The door behind you opens.
Hey, man.
I already
And it's
have the
pretty
fake
dark
dress
out here. As a matter of fact, you guys
He's
can
light.
see. Now you guys can
Gotcha.
see
The lights
nothing.
We can feel each
It's
other.
so dark. Now you guys can see, but it's like very, very, very pitch black in here.
Dim. I say. I already used it.
No,
It's a
you can.
cantrip.
It's a cantrip.
Oh, I can.
Yeah.
Alright, so I cast light at the end of my staff.
Yes.
And I hold it up there.
Yeah, so.
The whole fireplace room illuminates. You can see into the room. You see what looks like to be like an end table of some sort and a huge table with chairs pushed up to it.
Like a little circular table.
Yes.
Is there anything on it? Can I approach it, investigate it?
You walk up into the room, and to your left, it's a wolf staring directly at you, but it's a stuffed wolf, taxidermy.
They got
You look
very
around,
dead.
there's about 2 more wolves like that. They're in different positions, taxidermy.
Aggressive.
As you walk in, there's a fireplace and what looks like to be a coffee table in between 2 different chairs. It looks like some sort of study.
I follow him. I'm entering that
Is there
room.
anything on that table? Can I travel for books?
There's nothing on the table, but you do see these are actually like cabinets.
Ooh, very nice. I want to search a cabinet.
Which one do you walk up to?
This one here between the.
As you walk past this wolf, its neck goes like this and follows you.
Does he
See that? You guys see it too?
I saw it.
You guys all and then it stops moving.
Okay.
You
now-
go up and walk. It seems to be locked. Roll a dexterity check for me.
Your dex ain't high.
5.
Plus your dex.
Which is a
No,
5.
it's 3 plus, yeah,
five.
3 plus 2.
Oh, so 5? Good job, good job. Okay, it's locked. You can't get it. Did you guys follow him in?
Yeah.
Booger.
And that's when we're going to cut to Strahd.
Oh god.
Oh,
I won't be in this place now
Percy.
after I read that note.
Are you ready?
I'm like,
Put that back in the drawer.
so I'm still in this like library.
You're like holding the note.
You're shaking.
Oh god. Is there anything else on the desk?
You see what looks like to be an open journal.
Okay.
And it's written in a different hand. And it's just like almost like just a daily journal. And it seems to say like his job. You get the father of like it's like inventory of some sort.
Is
You
there any
see
inventory catch my eyes? Anything like weapons or like anything?
you see weapons, you see food, you
Okay,
see
where does the
clothing.
weapons? Does it say? Do they say where they're storing the weapons?
It says that is like when it was received, and it has a date next to it, and then there's an X.
Does it seem like there's a long list of weapons?
Yeah, it's the whole book. There's like the last 40 pages that are empty. You look, and it stops on a date that says 3-14-351.
What year is it now?
In Forgotten Realms, I'm not sure. It was like in the 1900s, something like that.
So it's a long time.
Well, yeah. And it says BS 351 BS. It's a date you don't recognize. You do know that the Faerun calendar is in like the 1900s to 2000s right now. It's the 10th month, the 13th day
Yeah.
of 2019.
Sketch.
Definitely weird.
Yeah.
You look up and there's a bookshelf to your left
Yeah.
filled with books.
Anything catch
And
your
it like
eye?
goes around. You can see that there's more books and it goes around.
And you're kind of just broadly gazing over the books on the shelf. Is there anything that catches the eye? Like anything like of interest?
You see maps of Barovia. You see different tales. You see how to garden, stuff like that.
Nothing special, like nothing like maybe like a hand, like something like written like by someone.
You don't see anything. They all seem to be published.
There's nothing else in this study.
And it's so dark, too. You could see through the windows, but now the mist has gotten so thick that light fades and fades until now you're in total darkness. You hear a boom
Yeah. Like, what?
from behind you.
Yeah.
That was like when all the lights went out there.
Alright. Well, I have no way to see. Is there any like candles in this room?
You're feeling around.
Yeah, like kind
Roll
of
investigation.
I guess near the desk or something. Yeah, it's like an 8.
You feel on the desk, you feel like a metal piece and then some wax. Oh, this is a candelabra. Candle candelabra.
Okay.
It's
any
not
matches
lit,
nearby?
obviously.
Any matches nearby?
Can't cast a flame spell or anything.
I don't think
I've never learned that
so.
one.
You're looking around, you don't see anything. It's so dark, you're just blinking. And that's where we cut from you.
Take a quick nap.
Just take it chill.
You guys are all in the wolf den, and Delphi, you were trying to... Delphi or Delphi?
Delphi.
Delphi, thank you.
Yeah.
Delphi, you tried to like jam because you could just push it open.
Yeah.
Oh, I just couldn't quite get it.
Wrestle with it.
It looks like if you tried to open it harder, you probably could. You want to try again?
Yeah.
Okay, roll a dexterity check.
Kick this thing hard this time.
Ooh, it looked good.
It
Another
doesn't-
5.
It doesn't give. You see him struggling against this cabinet.
Alright then. Let me see this little.
He sort of pushes you aside.
Let's go. Here we go.
Roll a dexterity check for me. Or strength, actually.
Hey.
Woo! 17.
You force it open with ease.
Thank
It
you.
snaps open, and you see a crossbolt, a hand crossbow,
Oh.
and 20 bolts for each.
I recognize
Okay.
this crossbow.
Damn, okay, there was more than I thought. You see a heavy crossbow, a light crossbow, and a hand crossbow.